What's up, guys? It's your favorite Kiwi coach, and give me 6 months of your time. I'll give you the best golf swing of your life. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We have a very special guest with us today. So, Nanai, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience, and then we'll go from there.
はい、ゴルフななチャンネルの高澤の苗です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
Alright, guys, so it seems Nanai over here is really struggling with the chipping shot, really struggling with the hook shot. We all know there, we've been on the first tee. We've had the pressure. See, there's one right there, maybe. We both hit it. So today, we're going to really focus in on how can we fix this for her so she can get out to the golf course, have some fun, don't be afraid of the left shot. So let's go ahead and do it.
今、ゴルフ歴は7年目です。
7 years.
で、ベストスコアはレディースティーで77。で、レギュラーティーで83。
Well, it's still very good. Yeah. So, 7 years, quite an accomplishment. Everyone claps, right? I know lots of you guys out there have been playing for 7 years and not shooting the 70s. So, So, we obviously have a great player on our hands. So, I want to just get a little bit of her history of golf swing. You know, kind of figure out how she came to be where she is today.
もともと左利きなんですけど、それで、ゴルフを始めた時に、左利きクラブがちょっとあまりないので、右で始めたんですけど、一番最初はやっぱり誰よりも下手だったんですよ。それで結構それが悔しくて、結構練習はしてます。
So basically, she wasn't necessarily ambidextrous, which just means that you're functional in both hands. She just had to practice really hard to get that. So that's very impressive. It sucks that there's not a lot of left-handed golf club options. So glad to see though that she's picked up right-handed. She's still playing obviously very good golf. So good for her. So now my next question to her is, of recent she's been struggling with the chipping. Is there anything new that she's been trying recently that maybe caused her to start the chipping, or is it kind of just always been the issue for her?
いや、特に変えようとはしてないんですけど、やっぱ自然とそういう打ち方になっちゃった。知らず知らずの間に、多分そういう打ち方をしちゃってるんですけど。
Fair enough. So tell her what we're going to start off with today is let's just give her maybe it's slightly complex but not too complex. The basics of ball flight laws, TrackMan, and why she's hitting a chipping shot. And then from there we're going to talk about the direct wrist movements that are probably causing the chipping shot to occur. So tell her there's two things that typically causes curvature. So I want her to imagine like a football, American soccer, kicking a soccer ball and then the soccer ball kind of curving around the goalie. Okay. So what's happening is the foot's kind of traveling one direction, right? And then this part of the foot is also pointing in a different direction, right? That motion right there gets the soccer ball to kind of tilt as it kind of spins backwards. So golf is similar, except for we're not using our feet, right? We're using the club head and then the golf ball. Hitting a chipping shot, what's probably happening is here, let me see the club real quick. What's happening is as the club head's approaching, most likely it's coming in from the inside, which is okay. You hit the ball, the face is kind of going full.
ボールを打った時にヘッドがああいう感じでなっていくのがチーピング。
And that's going to get this golf ball as it's spinning backwards.
バックスピンが入りながらああいう傾きになってそういう曲がっていく。
So the easy part is this is really what we need to control to get rid of it. The hard part is we have degrees to work with, tiny little degrees we got to control. So tell her, let's talk about the direct correlators that's going to cause this thing to twist. So as I start to approach the ball, if I kind of go like this, forearm rotation.
多分そうです。
体内ですね。
And then also I get my wrist to kind of go this way. This would be bowing or flexion.
もしくは小屈と言われるやつですよね。手のひらを自分の方向に向ける感じです。
Those two movements, as you can see, would probably do.
それをすることで。
こうやっちゃうから、このまま。
So she just keep it.
Yeah, she's probably going to have to do a wrist movement that comes more whole image.
このイメージ。
As opposed to a.
今はこのイメージでつけるかもしれない。
Yes.
So tell her, I think the easiest way to think about this, we talk about this with our pros, is from hip high into impact. I want her to try to imagine how much of this does she feel like she currently has. Yeah, currently. And then after she hits, try to think about from hip high to impact, try to feel how much the wrist rotated and turned. So just try to do a normal swing to the side.
なんかまあ普通の今までのスイングでどれぐらい使っているのかなっていうのを感じ取ってみてください。
So go ahead and she can hit the ball.
あれちょっと一回それでボールを打ってもらって、
打ちます。
はい、打ってちょっと感覚を捉えてみて。
Okay. Now in her mind, kind of from here into the ball.
腰のあたりからボールにかけてどれぐら
Do
い？
you feel like
こう
she
やっちゃってる。
about that much?
いや、
ここから返しちゃってます。
Yeah. So she probably felt maybe about this much, right? And then as you can see, the ball kind of started masagu, or chotto hit a re almost, and then hooked. So if we could almost have, let's say we did chotto bit this way,
背内させてみましょうか。左腕を。
in the same area of the swing.
はい。
Yeah. So basically, if she had the image of kind of from
で
here.
腰のあたりからインパクトにかけて、この感覚ですね。
That would be the opposite. Would you agree?
今までとは逆の使い方になると思います。
So now let's have her try swing like that.
ちょっと一回その感覚で次はスイング。
See where the ball flight goes.
あ、でボールを打っちゃって大丈夫です。はい。
Okay. A little bit masagu. So as you can see, would you agree that this kind of motion right here is directly correlated to the ball flight, right? So now let's try, just kind of like we do with Shiori, let's try to do a crazy one. And try to hit it super McGee, basically, just so we can feel the opposite side too much. Right. So right now, that's her feeling almost hacky percent, right?
結構 100% ぐらいの感
結構、
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even though it's hacky percent, it's not going full, right? So in real, it's not really there, right?
そうそうそうそう。なんか綺麗な球が出ました。
そうですよね。
So now that's the feel versus real, right? So for everyone at home, just because today this image right here is going masagu, maybe another day could start to push slice potentially, right? Try to avoid on trying to key in on an image that you think you're going to have forever. There's never a forever image, right? It's always constantly adjusting for the day. So if she starts to chotto push slice, maybe you feel like she has a chotto bit of this, right? So kind of use this as your tool to control where the face points. Questions?
いや、でもすごくわかりやすくて、なんか
優秀だな。
つながりました。びっくり、自分でもびっくりしました。
So we've already done this for our audience. Typically these type of fixes we tell her are kind of like course type of fixes. So they're much easier to do immediately. So if you want to become better on the course, this is the approach. If you want to take your swing to the next level, typically we recommend swing mechanics, which is kind of more so what we talked about with Shori. If she wants, we can maybe film her golf swing and then maybe give her 2 simple motions that she can continue to practice on after the lesson. Let's go ahead and see her try to make a swing.
今のはどういうスイングですかね。今の
Straight,
意
so
識して。
yeah,
あ、そうですね。
try to. Exactly. So going back maybe to the original part of the lesson,
意識しすぎた。
she can feel like she has a little bit less, most likely. Yeah. Let's take a look at her golf swing really quick. I'm going to give her maybe 2 motions on the backswing that I think we can definitely fix for her. So one of the things we find for lady golfers is because the club head gets so heavy, sometimes it's easy for the arms to kind of get into awkward positions to hit, right? So now what we're about to tell you, after this, you can try it out. If you don't like it, don't do it, right? So this is not something I think is a law that you need to do. What I would recommend is at the top of the swing here, if we can get the grip in a little bit more over in this direction. Now I'll tell you why. When we swing that club has kind of a relatively flat lie angle or plane, correct? So if we start to kind of swing the club head kind of like this one we call a very vertical plane. So what happens is if we swing it a little too vertical,
でまたダウンスイングでもそのままスティープに持ってきてしまうと、
it's difficult to get the bottom of the swing consistent, right? So if she's having a little bit of times, I think she is, maybe chotto duffs on the course, especially out of the rough or something like that. I think it's because the plane of the swing is maybe a little too vertical. Just like with the release, tell her, I think the direct correlator, in my opinion, is the arm raising, right? So the higher the arms raise, the more vertical the arm and the club shaft is, right? Kind of the more round,
なのでその逆というか、
the flatter the arms are, right?
はい。
What we're going to focus on right now is trying to get the arms to go a little bit more this way as opposed to up, and potentially it might make it easier for her to swing. So I'm going to show her how to do that. So tell her, go to the takeaway and stop for me.
ちょっとじゃあテイクバックで一回止まってもらって、
right here. Oh, sorry. This is we call this P2 in America, or takeaway. So from here, image-wise, as she turns back, we're going to try to have the image of right around here. Now, have her go back to that takeaway. I want to show her before.
もう一回さっきの場所に戻ってもらっていいですか。
Don't fall. There's no nets here.
で、そこから今までのご自身のちょっとスイングを感じてもらいます。
お客様にご案内申し上げます。
So tell her.
はい。
In my opinion, with this club specifically, I think the better approach would be more from here to here. This is going to get the plane of the swing flatter, which matches the club you're hitting, and I think it'll be easier to hit. So now, go to the takeaway one more time. Now I'm going to show her maybe two flat and back.
じゃあフラットもしすぎが良くないので、まあでもこういう感覚もちょっと覚えておきます。これはフラットしすぎです。
So now, she's felt too flat, she's felt kind of perfect range, and then too much, right? What I want her to now think about is, once she gets the takeaway, imagine kind of like an XY graph. Imagine, where is she going? Is she going close to the hole? Is she going kind of Yanju go? Where is she going to get the perfect image? So, let me support her now. This would be perfect.
これがまあパーフェクトなポジション。
So, in her opinion, does she feel like it's Yanju go?
スケールとしたら。
90、
90。
なんだ。
この P2 から戻ってきた。
Yanju go?
いや。
Not 76?
ジョークです。
The jokes are getting old. The jokes are getting old. Tell her I only have like 2 good jokes. Okay, so from here, she's stressed. That was terrible. All right, so from here, takeaway. So let's try that now on the next swing. And if we do it correct, the angle will be closer to the Junana as opposed to the Juni. So basically, try her best to get close to the image, and we'll see what happens. All right. Besides the ball flight, how did she feel?
そんなに違和感はなかったですね。そんな上げにくいとかなかった。
So then maybe she thinks she's not as much as she could do. Let's take a look. So before she was Juni. Oh, hello. Before she was Juni.
さっきは12ぐらいで上がってましたよね。
Let's see where you're at now. Juku.
19度で。
So let me go show her the before real quick. So this is the before on the bottom. This is the after on the top.
なんかあんない。
Right? Different?
Yeah, it looks,
違うよ。
looks a little bit more normal right here, right?
結構ノーマルないい姿勢。
最初でしょ。
Elbow position
自分
looks
的
better.
にはもっと低く
We
斜
call
めに
that
出す
domino effect.
つもりだった。
She felt more like a flat to the top.
There you go.
こうやって見ると高かったんで。
そうですね。
So the good thing that I liked that she said was it didn't feel too uncomfortable. So maybe this would be a good playing position. Domino effect.
はい。でもドミノ効果としてさっき右肘のこともちょっと言ったんですけども。OK ということです。
Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. So I'm going to give a quick wrap up before you guys leave, so make sure to watch all the way to the end of this. So Nani was really struggling at first with the chipping shot, so we kind of went over the basics of face to path, and then the direct correlators, which in this case was kind of the forearm rotation. Once she really understood how to fix that with the how much and when, she was able to fix it, so very good job. Thank you so much. Making me look good as a coach. And then after that, just because she fixed it so quickly, we figured, hey, might as well fix the backswing a little bit. So that's kind of where we talked about the arm movement with that. So I'm going to get Nani's opinion, what did she think about the lesson? What did she like? What was difficult? What was easy? And all the above.
まずやっぱ原因が自分では分からなかったので、今日その原因を、明確に教えてくださってすごく分かりやすかったのと、あと結構そのスイングをがっつり変えちゃうとまた一回崩れちゃうのも怖いので、こういった感じでワンポイントを教えていただいて球筋が全然違ったので、これだったら結構挑戦しやすいなって思いました。でこのテイクバックに関してはちょっと要練習が必要かなと思ったんですけど、自分の中でもそんな違和感なく上げられたので、多分見た目も結構綺麗なスイングに変わったので、ちょっとこっちで頑張って練習して、なんか体が覚えられるように頑張りたいなと思いました。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
私のゴルフ7チャンネルの方でもキウイコーチのレッスンを やってもらっているので、そちらもぜひ覗きに来てください。
We'll leave all her information down below, so definitely go watch it. Watch the first video, right? Jory's over here. We had our A+ student make some good changes, so go watch that too. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.